Please turn on your cameras quickly. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Okay. Tejal, is my screen
Huh?
visible?
Yes.
Okay, great. How are you guys doing?
Good now.
Good? Okay, great. Let's get started then. Today we will be starting with unit number 2. The name of the unit is What Do You Do? Okay? What do we mean by what do you do? त्याचा meaning काय असतो? What do you do चा?
तुम क्या करते हो?
हाँ,
तुम्ही काय करता?
बरोबर. Very good. Okay, so usually we ask this question whenever we want to know someone's profession. Correct? कोण काय जॉब करते हे जर आपल्याला माहीत करायचं असेल, so that's when we ask this question, what do you do? What do you do for living? Now in this unit number 2, that's what we'll be discussing mainly about. We'll be discussing different kinds of jobs, and then we will be also discussing about different kind of uh, courses or schools that people go to. Okay, now first thing that we have over here is different part-time jobs that students take up. Of course these are given in United States, but I wouldn't say these are only common in United States. These are common in all the foreign countries. Now why foreign countries? You might know that whenever students in foreign countries enter university, as soon as they enter the university they take up some kind of a part-time job. Okay, even if they are from financially good background, even if they are from well off family, they will still take a part-time job. Okay, it's not a financial need, but still they take it up. And usually if it's a financial need, then of course they take it up to support their tuition fees. Okay, their college funds. So बट इट इज़ कंपल्सरी. ऐसा कोई भी स्टूडेंट आपको नहीं मिलेगा जो पार्ट टाइम जॉब नहीं करता है. इट्स नॉट लाइक इंडिया. इंडिया में हम सिर्फ स्टडी करते हैं जब हम स्टडी करते हैं, राइट? फॉरेन कंट्रीज में वैसा नहीं होता. They do take up a part-time job. Okay, their college also allows them to work around 15 hours, 20 hours. Sometimes they have to work outside the campus, sometimes they get jobs on the campus itself. For example, they can help out the librarian, they can help out the college canteen. ऐसे करके उनको jobs मिल जाते हैं. Okay, now some of the jobs that students take up are given on the screen. I want you guys to read them one by one. Tejal, start with first three, and Sampada, you will continue with the last three. Okay, Tejal, you can start.
Which job are easy?
नाही नाही, हे रीड करायचे तुम्हाला. हे रीड करा फक्त नाव.
नाव.
हो.
User, tutor, team access assistant.
Very good. This is usher. Okay, this job is usher.
Usher.
Yeah. Next, Sampada.
Caregiver, server, fitness instructor.
Very good. Okay. Now, which jobs are easy? Now, all the jobs which are given over here, I'm sure you guys know about them already. First one, usher. Usher is the person. You remember जब हम बचपन में, मतलब थोड़े पहले, जब पेपर टिकट्स एग्जिस्ट करते थे, whenever we used to go to a theater, there used to be a person who used to check our ticket. He had a torch in his hand. He used to check our ticket and show us to our seat. Correct? Guide us to our seat. That person is called an usher. Okay. अभी वो
Yeah.
एग्जिस्ट नहीं करते क्योंकि डिजिटल टिकट्स आ गए हैं, बट स्टिल these jobs do exist. They are there in the theater, but they just not are very active nowadays. Okay, then next, tutor we already know. They train or they help other students according to their expertise in the subjects. Okay, team assistant, these people usually help the sports team, the coach and the sports team. Okay, then caregiver is a person who takes care of senior citizens. Okay, नैनी नहीं होती, नैनी सॉरी नैनी नहीं, हमारे यहाँ पर नर्स होती है इंडिया में. करेक्ट, नर्स नहीं होते, नर्स अलग होते हैं. नर्स आर like they are qualified. They can guide the senior citizens with injections, medicines also. But your caregiver is the person who will only be with the person over here and make sure he has eaten, will keep them entertained, and will take care of all the other needs except the medical needs. Okay, that's the basic difference. Then we have a server. Server is nothing but a waiter. Okay, then we have a fitness instructor. Of course, fitness instructor हमें पता है, they help us with the fitness. Correct. Now, according to you, which jobs are easy and which are difficult and why? There is no right or wrong
Uh,
answer. Tell me whatever comes to your mind, okay?
I think usher and servers
Right.
are easy jobs.
Usher, please repeat.
And server. Usher and server
Mm-hmm.
are easy jobs.
Okay.
And tutor, caregiver, and fitness instructor are hard jobs.
Okay, difficult jobs. Okay.
Yes, yes, difficult jobs.
Tejal, what do you think? Tejal,
Hmm?
was that your answer? Sorry, I could not see you guys on the screen for a minute. Who answered right now?
I did.
Okay, Tejal, what do you think?
Easy job, caregiver,
Caregiver, caregiver.
caregiver, server,
Mm-hmm.
and tutor. And difficult are fitness instructor, team assistant.
Mm-hmm.
Why difficult? Because fitness exercise खूप करावी लागते.
Okay, fitness instructors need to exercise a
हम्म,
lot. They need to be
हम्म.
fit, you can say. Okay, what else? Sampada, what
हम्म.
was your answer? Like, why do you think these are the jobs that you answered?
Uh,
They are easy and others are difficult.
I think usher and server as physical job, it doesn't need to use more of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And others, you have to use your mind more. That's why.
Okay, that's why. Okay.
Like,
Mm-hmm. Go on.
yeah, like in tutor, you have to be expert in your subject,
Mm-hmm.
and also caregiver. Also, I think is a hard job because you have to look after the person and their needs. And fitness instructor, you have to fit yourself. I mean, you have to be fit.
Hmm.
Then and then you will be a fitness instructor.
Okay. Very good. Now, if you ask me, no job is easy and no job is difficult. It totally depends on you. Even if we consider usher's job and server's job easy over here, we have to take in, like we have to keep it in mind that they have to be standing the whole time. They can't be sitting.
Yeah,
Okay, and it's not easy to be on your foot all the time. Okay, so
yeah,
I would say no job is easy, no job is difficult. It totally depends on you. For tutor also, he needs to have a good expertise, and along with the expertise of the subject, you also need to kind of be good with teaching. You need to have patience. It's not something that everyone can do. Okay, then again,
yes,
caregiver, you really need to be patient again with the senior citizens because sometimes they do behave like kids. Correct. So that's where we have
yes,
to be really really patient whenever they get cranky, especially. Right, so that's what I feel. Now, next question, what is your opinion, are these good jobs for students?
yes.
Okay, Tejal, what do you think?
Uh, team assistant is a good job.
Okay, so are, like, we are considering all of them, are these good jobs for students? Yeah, I think these are good jobs, right? Because they don't need any kind of expertise. They don't need any kind of degree. They don't
You
need
can
any
do.
kind of certificates. Correct? Yes, licenses. Yeah. Tell me, Tejal, Sampada. You guys were saying something.
Yeah, you can do it part time so that it will not uh, in your studies.
Yeah, affect your
Uh,
studies. Exactly.
affect
हाँ.
your studies.
Yes, they usually do it for 2-3 hours, max to max 4 hours a day. उससे ज़्यादा नहीं करते. ठीक है. Last question. What are some other student jobs? What are some other jobs that students can take up?
They can work at tech daycare.
Daycare, okay.
Um, Also sales.
Sales, okay.
Mm,
They can do babysitting, dog sitting.
Yeah,
They can take up a
yeah,
job of a delivery person,
yeah, sure.
correct? Jobs in MACD, Domino's, यहाँ पर भी part time jobs exist करते हैं. They do take up students also. They only need you to be 12th pass, even in India, okay? Babysitting. Now, babysitting, when I say, usually in India, whenever we hire someone, we hire them for a whole month, correct? But in abroad, in foreign countries, they hire someone even for few hours. Okay, so say I am usually at home, but only today I am going out for 2 hours and I need a babysitter. Then also I can hire a babysitter for only 2 hours. ठीक है. इंडिया में these services are not very very common, but I feel they should be common. Again, dog sitting, dog walker. These are not very common jobs in India, but they do exist. Okay. Any other jobs that you guys can think of? No? Okay, let's move to the next part. Over here, we have a word power exercise. This is a very easy exercise. You guys can do it for home assignment. Okay, here you only need to put these jobs which are given over here into the correct categories. Okay, now understand this. Some of the jobs can even overlap. For example, cashier. Cashier can be in food service also. Cashier can be in office work also. Okay, this word is pronounced chef. Chef. Okay, the person who
Right.
cooks
Mhm.
in a restaurant. Then this is a website designer, this is a tour guide, and this pronunciation is receptionist. Okay, easy. बाकी सगळे easy आहेत, अजून कोणते difficult नाही आहेत. Chef is only the one which people usually mispronounce. Okay, so do this for homework. Over here you have an exercise where you have to connect the sentences which are given over here, and while you connect the sentences, observe the picture also, and along with pictures, observe how the sentences have been framed also. For example, here we are saying a salesperson sells clothes in a department store. ओके, सो आपण इथे आय एन जी नाही यूज करत आहे, आपण एस यूज करतोय वर्ब सोबत. सो ऑब्झर्व दॅट सेंटेन्स ऑल्सो अँड ट्राय टू डू ऑल ऑफ देम क्विकली.
Shape. Shape. Cooking food.
लिहून काढायचे का?
In लिहून काढायचं.
येस.
Done, ma'am.
Done? Okay, Tejal, tell me once you're
Yes.
done.
Mm. Hmm.
Done?
Done. Hmm.
Okay. Tejal, tell me first three and then you tell me first two, Sampada. Last two, okay? Sampada.
Yes.
Chef,
Hmm?
food cooking, cook food uh, in
नीट
a
वाचा,
restaurant.
नीट वाचा, नीट वाचा. एस स्क्रिप्ट नाही करायचं आहे आपल्याला. इम्पॉर्टंट आहे तो आपल्यासाठी. परत वाचा.
Cook food.
आहा. एस आहे ना? सॉरी. एस आहे ना इथे?
Hmm.
हां, मग?
Cooks
हम्म.
food in a restaurant.
व्हेरी गुड.
Mechanic fixes
हम्म.
fix cars.
फिक्सेस. एस आहे. फिक्सेस.
Fixes uh,
कार्स.
cars in a garage.
हम्म.
Carpenter car cars for paints.
हम्म.
Mm,
कारपेंटर काय?
नाही. Buildings, houses,
बिल्डिंग आहे का लिहिलेलं तिथे?
builds.
हम्म.
Mm,
बिल्ड्स काय पुढे? फास्ट रीड करा एका सेंटेन्स मध्ये. इट्स वन सेंटेन्स.
for a construction company.
ओके. नेक्स्ट टू संपदा.
A reporter
Mechanic.
writes stories for a newspaper. A nurse cares for patient.
हळू
Yes.
हळू हळू.
A, nu- a reporter writes stories for a newspaper.
हम्म.
A nurse cares for patient in a hospital.
ओके. अंडरस्टँड दिस संपदा. फास्ट बोलणं इज नॉट फ्लुएन्सी. ओके.
Yes.
Speaking properly is fluency. With correct
Yes.
intonation, with correct pronunciations, with correct pitch, with correct emphasis on words. Okay, that's called word stress. Of course, we are going to look at that later also. Don't worry about that. But speaking fast is a very high rate of speech. It is not very considered very good. Okay, and
Okay.
that
Yes.
usually in India we feel that's how fluency works. That if you're speaking fast, that's what fluency is. Even I thought when I was a teenager, when uh, I had just started working, even I used to feel that if you speak fast, that's what fluency is. But that's not what fluency is, because the other person will not be able to comprehend what you're saying. Okay, so speaking, even if you observe all the celebrities, their speeches, usually people come up to me and say that okay, I want to talk like Sushmita Sen, Priyanka Chopra, or Shah Rukh Khan. If you observe their speeches, if you observe their uh, any short speeches also that they have usually on reels that we come across, they speak slowly. They don't speak fast, but they speak with correct intonation, with correct pronunciations, and more than pronunciation, it's about intonations, it's about proper word stress, it's how your pitch goes up and down, and even in words, how your pitch is, how your uh, word stress is. Okay, we are going to go through that, don't worry about it. Yeah. Now, next over here, we have a conversation. Okay, now here these people are talking about their work. Okay, so here we are going to observe how to talk about work, and then we are also going to see how to use our simple present tense, because that is the tense that we use very often while speaking. Now, another thing, if you observed over here, as I said, the verbs which are used are not used in ing form. They are used in as it is form with s. That is how your simple present tense is framed. Okay. Now आता आपण इंडियामध्ये जेव्हा आपण सेंटेन्सेस बोलायचे असते आपण प्रत्येक सेंटेन्सला आय एन जी फॉर्म अटॅच करून देतो, बरोबर, प्रत्येक वर्बला. बट दॅट्स नॉट द करेक्ट वे टू use it. We need to know the correct usage of these tenses. Okay, so that's what we are going to do today. First, I want you guys to read the conversation quickly. uh, Sampada, you can be Jason, and Tejal, you can be Andrea.
Okay. Jason, where do you work, Andrea?
I work at Tom's Cook Travel.
Thomas Cook Travel. Thomas.
Oh, really? What do you do there?
I am a guide. I take people on tours to countries in South America like Peru.
Hmm.
How interesting.
Ye- yes, it is a great job. I really love it. And what do you do?
Oh, I'm a student. I have a part-time job too.
Where do you work?
In a fast food restaurant,
Which restaurant?
Hamburger Heaven.
Hamburger heaven. Very good.
Hamburger, sorry, Hamburger Heaven.
Okay, now with this conversation, one rule that becomes important is the pronunciation of R. Now, again, the pronunciation of R we need to understand to reduce our mother tongue influence. What is mother tongue influence? Mother tongue influence is whenever we speak in our English, the native language that we have, it usually has some kind of an influence whenever we speak in English. Okay, फॉर एक्झाम्पल हा वर्ड जर आपण प्रनाऊन्स करायचं झालं तर आपण म्हणणार बटर. बरोबर, बटर. काही काही लोक त्या आर वरती खूप जास्त स्ट्रेस पण करतात. नाव युजली इन इंग्लिश the letters, they do have same sound but not the way we have it in our native language. ओके, मराठीमध्ये आपण कॉन्सोनंट्स वरती खूप जास्त स्ट्रेस देतो, जसं की ब, ड, प, ट, ह्याच्यावरती एकदम स्ट्रेस देऊन बोलतो आपण, बरोबर, जसं की टमाटर आपण म्हणतो. But in English, you do not stress much on these consonants. Okay, they have a very slight pronunciation. Yeah, for example, I will not say David, I will say David. Very slight pronunciation. ठीक आहे. नाव आता बाकीचे कॉन्सोनंट्स आपण पुढे जाऊन बघणार आहोत. आज आपण इम्पॉर्टंट कॉन्सोनंट बघत आहोत विच इज आर. नाव आर whenever it comes at the start of the word or after a consonant. कॉन्सोनंट काय असतात? वावेल्स काय असतात? ए ई आय ओ यू, बरोबर.
Oh, you.
आणि त्यांना सोडून सगळे लेटर्स जे असतात ते कॉन्सोनंट्स आहेत आपले. तर जर आपला आर कॉन्सोनंट नंतर येत असेल, then we will pronounce it. We will say bread. Okay,
Bread.
but if our letter R is coming after a vowel, then we will not pronounce it. It will be kind of silent. We'll say butter. Okay, same way in this conversation, I will say, where do you work, Andrea? I work. Work nahi hai to. I work. I work at Thomas Cook Travel. Oh really? What do you do there? There nahi hai par to. What do you do there? I am a guide. I take people on tours to countries in South America like Peru. Now again, इथे पण R आपला एकदम slight pronunciation है. ठीक है? Understood? Now first,
Hmm.
Yes.
let us listen to these sounds over here. तो आणि ऐकता ऐकता हे रूल पण लिहून घ्या पटकरून. And then we'll listen to the same conversation. Okay?
We pronounce it.
rat, rice, pretty, strain, cry, story,
We do not pronounce it.
car, court, learn, shorter, store.
Okay? Easy? Now, he exercise आपण आता नाही करणार. Let us listen to the same conversation first and focus on the intonations. Along with the intonations, focus on the letter R also. Now intonation म्हणजे काय? जसं मी म्हटलं, आपला पिच हाय आणि लो कसं जातो सेंटेन्स स्टार्ट करताना आणि सेंटेन्स एंड करताना. ऑब्झर्व दॅट. ओके, वन सेकंड ना गाईज. There is some network issue because it's raining heavily over here.
Unit 2. What do you do? Page 9, Exercise 4.
Is it audible to you
Yes.
Conversation. Where do you work? Part A. Listen and practice.
Where do you work, Andrea?
I work at Thomas Cook Travel.
Oh, really? What do you do there?
I'm a guide. I take people on tours to countries in South America, like Peru.
How interesting.
Yeah, it's a great job. I really love it. And what do you do?
Oh, I'm a student. I have a part-time job, too,
Where do you work?
in a fast food restaurant.
Which restaurant?
Hamburger Heaven.
Okay, easy.
Hmm.
Now we will listen to the second part of the conversation. Here you have to focus on the question, what does Jason do exactly and how does he like his job. हे दिलेलं नाहीये, फक्त ऐकायचं आहे आपल्याला. ओके, आणि फुल सेंटेन्स आन्सर पाहिजे, सो आन्सर त्याप्रमाणे नोट करा.
Page 9, Exercise 4, Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. What does Jason do exactly? How does he like his job?
What do you do exactly? Do you make hamburgers?
No, I don't. I'm a cashier. I just take orders.
And what's it like there? Do you like your job?
Sure, it's fun. And I get free hamburgers, too.
So what does Jason do exactly
He's a cashier.
Cashier
and how does he like
He's
his
a
job?
cashier.
and burger.
He likes his job.
Very good. He likes
He
his
finds
job.
it fun.
Yeah, he finds it fun and he gets free hamburgers too.
Hamburger. Yes.
Okay, great. Now, as I told you,
Page 9, Exercise 4.
we are going to look at the grammar rule today, that is simple present tense. Now, we have three tenses, we already know that, correct? Present tense, past tense and future tense. And then we have four subtypes, that is simple tenses, continuous tenses, perfect tenses and perfect continuous tenses. आता आपण सगळे टेन्सेस एकत्र नाही बघत, आपण सगळे टेन्सेस एक एक करून बघतो, ठीक आहे? अँड ॲट द एंड ऑफ द कोर्स वी लुक एट देम ऑल टुगेदर ऑल्सो, ठीक आहे, टू अंडरस्टँड द बेसिक डिफरन्सेस बिटवीन देम अमंग देम. नाउ first tense that we start off today with is simple present tense. Now first thing that we need to know, when do we use simple present tense? Simple present tense basically has three main uses. Okay, it has many uses, पण आपल्याला स्पीकिंग साठी three main uses माहिती पाहिजे. First आहे, we use it to talk about habitual actions or repeated actions. Okay, whenever we do something as a habit, for example, they pray to God daily in the morning, so it's a habit also and it's a repeated action also, ठीक है? For example, I can say, as soon as I wake up I drink coffee, so it's my habit plus it's my routine, like it's my repeated action also. Then we can also use it to talk about a person's routine on a particular day. आता usually आपला routine weekday ला एक असतो आणि weekend ला वेगळा असतो, correct? So we can use simple present tense to talk about our routine even on our weekends again. On Sunday mornings I get up at 5 o'clock, I take a cup of tea and then go for a walk. At 8 I take my breakfast, then I go through my mail. That's how we can say it. Then we also use it to talk about permanent truths. Permanent truths, it's nothing but the things that we cannot change. For example, if I say sun rises from the east, can I change that?
No.
No. So it's a permanent truth. Same way, sea breeze blows from the sea to the land. I cannot change that. It's a permanent truth. Same way, scientific facts पण आपली याच कॅटेगरी मध्ये येऊन जातात. Example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Can I change that? No. So I will use simple present tense. We also use it for future sometimes, but it is a really funny rule that we have to keep in mind, that if we are using simple present tense to refer to future, then we have to make sure that that action is again a recurring action that we are referring to, and this time it's going to happen and we are going to do it. Okay, असं. So my flight takes off tomorrow at 1 AM. So flight ती रोज 1 AM ला जाते, but मी ती उद्या 1 AM ला घेणार आहे. then only I can use it. So it's a little complicated rule, so it's fine if you don't remember it, but you have to remember the first three rules which I told you. परमनंट ट्रूथ सायंटिफिक फॅक्टसाठी आपण यूज करतो, रिपीटेड ॲक्शन्स आणि हॅबिच्युअल ॲक्शन्ससाठी यूज करतो, आणि एखाद्या पर्सनचं रुटीन सांगण्यासाठी आपण यूज करतो. ठीक आहे. दीज आर द मेन रूल्स दॅट यू नीड टू नो फॉर सिम्पल प्रेझेंट टेन्स. Now comes the sentence structure. Now you might remember we had covered this in unit number 1, that first person, second person, third person काय असतं. First person is the speaker, second person is the listener, and third person is the person that we are talking about. For example, we can say Apurva is absent today. Apurva is one of our classmates. She is absent today, so she becomes the third person over here. Okay? So she is not involved in the conversation. That is the third person. Now we can either take the name of that person, or we can use the pronouns he, she, it to refer to that person. Okay, it usually आपण non-living things साठी यूज करतो. He, she to refer to that person. करेक्ट. ना आपला जो सिम्पल प्रेझेंट टेन्सचा रूल आहे, जे आपण वर्ब सोबत एस ॲड करतो, ते खूप आपल्याला इम्पॉर्टंट आहे, आणि दॅट इज द मोस्ट क्रुशियल रूल, दॅट इज द मोस्ट कॉमन मिस्टेक दॅट वी मेक वाईल यूजिंग आर सिम्पल प्रेझेंट टेन्स, की आपण वर्बला एस प्रॉपरली यूज नाही करत. ठीक आहे. सो वेन एव्हर वी हॅव आय अँड यू, दॅट इज फर्स्ट पर्सन अँड सेकंड पर्सन, देन आपण वर्ब ॲज इट इज यूज करणार, त्याला आपण एस वगैरे काहीही ॲड नाही करणार. ठीक आहे. जेव्हा आपण थर्ड पर्सन सिंग्युलर एका पर्सन बद्दल बोलत आहोत थर्ड पर्सन मध्ये, देन ओनली वी विल यूज एस विथ द वर्ब. सो आय विल से आय वर्क ॲट डॅश डॅश कंपनी, you work at dash dash company, and I will say he works in dash dash company. Okay. I take coffee, you take coffee, she takes coffee. Okay. I eat breakfast, you eat breakfast, she eats breakfast. Okay. Now negative मध्ये आणि interrogatives मध्ये इथे आपण यूज करतो do आणि does. ठीक आहे. तर अगेन आय आणि यू सोबत डू येणार, आणि अदर सब्जेक्ट सोबत आपलं डज येणार. ठीक आहे. आय विल से आय डोंट ड्रिंक टी, यू डोंट ड्रिंक टी, ही डज नॉट ड्रिंक टी. ओके. दॅट्स वॉट वी हॅव टू बी केअरफुल अबाउट. अँड अगेन जेव्हा आपण नेगेटिव्हमध्ये डज यूज करतो, वर्ब सोबत आपण परत एस नाही ॲड करणार, म्हणजे जो आपल्याला एस ॲड करायचा तो सेंटेन्समध्ये एकदाच ॲड करायचा असतो, तो आपण डजला ऑलरेडी ॲड केला आहे. ठीक आहे. डूला म्हणजे बेसिकली. सो वी डोंट नीड टू यूज. सो सेंटेन्स स्ट्रक्चर इज सिम्पल, सब्जेक्ट प्लस वर्ब प्लस ऑब्जेक्ट, एस और ई एस ओनली फॉर थर्ड पर्सन सिंग्युलर. आय गो टू स्कूल एव्हरी डे, ही गोज टू स्कूल एव्हरी डे. इन नेगेटिव्ह, दॅट इज अ नकारात्मक सेंटेन्सेस आपण म्हणतो इंग्लिश मराठीमध्ये, दॅट इज आय डोंट गो टू स्कूल एव्हरी डे, ही डझंट गो टू स्कूल एव्हरी डे. आणि क्वेश्चन जेव्हा आपल्याला बनवायचे आहेत, सेम वे आपण बनवणार येस अँड नो क्वेश्चन्स. Do you go to school every day, and does he go to school every day? And WH questions जिथे आपण explanatory answers expect करतो, when do you go to school every day, and when does she go to school every day? That is how we will make the sentence. Now does the uses, आणि at the same time S आणि ES in positives the usage we have to be very very careful about, because we make a lot of mistake in that whenever we are using simple present tense. And again we have to be careful that whenever we are referring to a repeated action, we use habitual action or repeated action, we use simple present tense and not present continuous tense, that is our ing form. ing form आपण या गोष्टींसाठी यूज नाही करत. ing form आपण कधी यूज करतो हे आपण युनिट 5 मध्ये बघणार आहोत. ठीक आहे. बट टू टेल यू इन सिम्पल वर्ड्स, वी यूज इट टू टॉक अबाउट समथिंग दॅट वी आर डुईंग राईट नाव. आत्ता आपण काही करतोय ना, तर आपण ing फॉर्म यूज करणार. की यू विल से आय एम रायटिंग, आय एम अटेंडिंग अ क्लास, then you will use ing form. ठीक आहे. क्लिअर. पटकरून रूल लिहून घ्या. एक्झाम्पल स्किप केले तरी चालेल, रूल्स लिहून घ्या स्वतःच्या वर्ड्समध्ये. वर्ड टू वर्ड लिहायची गरज नाही, स्वतःच्या वर्ड्समध्ये लिहा, विच विल हेल्प यू टू रिमेंबर. next slide करूँ?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Done.
Next slide.
Done.
Done?
Yes.
Okay. Next sentence structures.
Hmm. Done.
Next. 1 minute. Okay, once you're done with this, just let me know. I'll move to the next slide. You have an exercise to do. Just give me 1 minute and I will continue forward. Okay. Done?
Yes.
Okay. Next, over here, try doing this exercise. Observe the sentences and the answers properly and fill in the blanks accordingly. Okay, you have to use simple present tense, but you have to use WH questions also and correct verbs also. But before that, quickly let us observe the sentences. More examples. Here, first you have first person and second person. Sentences in first person and second person. What do you do? I am a student. I have a part-time job too. माझा आवाज येतोय ना clearly? I'm a
Hmm.
student. I have a part-time job too. Where do you work? I work at Hamburger Heaven. Where do you go to school? I go to the University of Texas. What does Andrea do? Now this is third person. What does Andrea do? She is a guide. She takes people on tours. Where does she work? She works at Thomas Cook Travel. How does she like it? She loves it. Okay, that's how we frame the sentences. Clear? Okay, same way you have to do the exercises now. Yeah, try doing it. Exercise A for now. Okay, try doing it.
पूर्ण लिहून काढू.
आतासाठी फक्त आन्सर्स लिहून काढले तरी चालेल. nuances quickly. Uh, Tejal, you can start with one exercise one.
What do you do?
Mhm.
I am a full-time student. I study the violin.
Violin. Violin.
Violin, हाँ. I do you?
क्वेश्चन है तो क्वेश्चन है ना, क्वेश्चन मार्क है ना.
हाँ.
हम्म.
And what do you do to go to school?
गो टू स्कूलला व्हॉट डू यू डू गो टू स्कूल येईल का? आपण WH क्वेश्चन वर्ड्स बघितले होते ना लास्ट क्लासमध्ये.
लास्ट मध्ये.
हां, मग कोणतं येईल तिथे? तू स्कूलला कुठे जातो
Do.
हे आपल्याला विचारायचं आहे.
Do.
काय येईल? कोणता WH वर्ड येईल?
Where?
वेअर डू यू गो टू स्कूल. व्हेरी गुड. सो आन्सर काय येईल? आता क्वेश्चन मध्ये जो वर्ब आला तोच खाली वर्ब येईल ना. आय गो टू द न्यूयॉर्क स्कूल ऑफ
The
म्युझिक.
new.
अँड हाऊ डू यू लाईक युअर क्लासेस? आय लाईक दम अ लॉट. सो क्वेश्चन मध्ये जो वर्ब येतो युजली सेंटेन्स मध्ये तोच वर्ब येणार. ठीक आहे. ओके. 2 संपदा.
What does Tanya do?
हम्म.
She is a teacher. She ये नहीं समझा मुझे.
शी टेक्स.
She works.
शी
She
टीचेस.
takes an
हां, शी टीचेस नाही तर टेक्स दोन्ही वर्ब येऊ शकतात इथे. शी टीचेस वुड बी द मोस्ट अप्रोप्रिएट बिकॉज शी इज द टीचर. करेक्ट.
teacher.
अँड व्हॉट अबाउट रायन?
Uh, where does he work?
व्हेरी गुड.
He works for a big computer company in San Francisco. What does he do exactly? He is a website designer. He designs or makes fantastic website.
व्हेरी गुड. इझी राईट. नाव फॉर होमवर्क तेजल एकदा परत रीडू कराल ही एक्सरसाइज आणि एक्सरसाइज बी पण कंप्लीट कराल. ओके. Here you just have to write about these people ज्यांची नावं दिलेली in simple present tense. Along with that for homework what I want you guys to do एक vocabulary exercise तर मी share करेनच तुमच्यासोबत. But along with that what I want you to do is now that we have gone through simple present tense I want you guys to write down your routine in detail. ठीक आहे. सकाळी उठल्यापासून रात्री झोपेपर्यंत तुम्ही काय काय करता इन सिम्पल प्रेझेंट टेन्स इन डिटेलमध्ये तुम्ही लिहाल. फॉर एक्झाम्पल ॲज सून ॲज वेकअप आय ड्रिंक हॉट कॉफी हॉट मिल्क. त्याच्या आधी मी ब्रश करते. आय ब्रश माय टीथ. देन आय कुक. देन आय सेंड माय डॉटर टू द स्कूल. सगळं इन डिटेल. ठीक आहे. आणि त्याच्यानंतर यू विल टेक अप एनी वन पर्सन इन युअर फॅमिली और फ्रेंड्स अँड यू विल राईट डाऊन हिज ऑर हर रुटीन. ठीक आहे. तर फर्स्ट तर आपलं नॉर्मल सिम्पल प्रेझेंट टेन्समध्ये आलं. मग थर्ड पर्सनचं आपण जेव्हा लिहितो तेव्हा आपण एस ॲड करतो ना. तर त्यासाठी okay, correct usage of S and ES साठी you will write down for any third person also. It could be your family member, it could be your colleague, it could be your friend, anyone. पण पूर्ण डॉट टू डॉट आणि मोठं पाहिजे, असं शॉर्ट मध्ये नाही लिहायचं. ठीक आहे. जास्त मॅटर पाहिजे मला. अंडरस्टूड? या. Now understand this, unit 1 to 4 are very easy but they are very very important because they are foundation of our course. Okay, if you do not understand anything from unit 1 to unit 4 you will not be able to cope up in the upcoming units that we have. From unit number 5 we start with intermediate level. Okay, we learn to make different kind of sentences, not the same sentences. Okay, these are very easy sentences पण पुढे जाऊन आपण थोडेसे कॉम्प्लेक्स म्हणजे थोडेसे वेगळे टाइप्स ऑफ सेंटेन्सेस पण शिकतो. देन दॅट गोज टू युनिट नंबर 8 अँड युनिट नंबर 9 पासून आपलं थोडंसं ॲडव्हान्स लेवल चालू होतं जिथे आपण मॉडल ऑक्झिलरीजवरती फोकस करतो. 8 पासून मी म्हणेन सेम सेंटेन्स आपण वेगळ्या वेमध्ये कसं बोलू शकतो हे आपण बघतो. ठीक आहे. सो मेक शुअर यू कोप अप विथ इट अकॉर्डिंगली. पण हां, आपला कोर्स बिल्डअप होतो. लाईक जे आपण पहिलं शिकलो आहे त्याच्यावरतीच आपण नेक्स्ट शिकणार. ठीक आहे. सो सिम्पल प्रेझेंट टेन्स आज शिकलो आहे तर पुढच्या सगळ्या युनिट्समध्ये आपण सिम्पल प्रेझेंट टेन्स बघणार. ठीक आहे. युनिट नंबर 5 पर्यंत. मग 5, 6 आपण कंटिन्यूस टेन्स बघतो. मग 7मध्ये आपण पास्ट टेन्स बघतो. ठीक आहे. अँड अगेन द वे आय हॅव टोल्ड यू बिफोर आर युनिट्स युजली रिव्हॉल्व अराउंड अ थीम. जसं की आपण युनिट नंबर 2 मध्ये वर्क स्कूलबद्दल कसं बोलायचं ते शिकतोय. मग युनिट नंबर 3 मध्ये आपण शॉपिंगबद्दल कसं बोलायचं शिकतो. युनिट नंबर 4 मध्ये लाईक्स डिसलाईक्स म्युझिक मूवीज सिरीज बद्दल कसं बोलायचं हे शिकतो. युनिट नंबर 5 मध्ये आपण फॅमिलीबद्दल कसं बोलायचं हे शिकतो. युनिट नंबर 6 मध्ये आपण फिटनेसबद्दल कसं बोलायचं हे शिकतो. दीज आर द युजुअल कॉन्व्हर्सेशन्स दॅट वी हॅव विथ पीपल अराउंड अस. Correct? So that is how we revolve around it also, and that is the vocabulary that we'll be learning also. ओके. आता आज वर्कबद्दल बोलतोय आपण, तर वर्कबद्दल आपण कोणती कोणती वोकॅबलरी यूज करणार हे पण आपण बघणार याच्यासोबत. ठीक आहे. वोकॅबलरी वर्कशीट जी मी शेअर करेन तुमच्यासोबत, दॅट विल बी अकॉर्डिंगली. या इफ यू डोंट अंडरस्टँड एनिथिंग फ्रॉम दॅट वर्कशीट, डू रीच आउट टू मी. आय हॅव नो प्रॉब्लेम विथ इट. ओके, क्लिअर?
Yes.
Yeah, so make sure you revise properly. That's the main thing that I wanted to tell you. Any other questions, any other doubts that you guys have?
Ma'am,
Hmm. Yes.
you use usually in your sentences.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the meaning of it? Like when do we use usually?
युजली आपण यूज करतो टू टॉक अबाउट, सी सिम्पल प्रेझेंट टेन्समध्येच आपण युजली पण यूज करतो टू टॉक अबाउट की वारंवार ती ॲक्शन होते परत परत. ठीक आहे. पण 70-75% ऑफ टाइम, अगेन दॅट इज समथिंग इट्स कॉल्ड ॲडवर्ब. ॲडवर्ब्स ऑफ फ्रिक्वेन्सी ते आपण युनिट नंबर 6 मध्ये परत बघतो. ठीक आहे. सो इट्स मोस्टली यूज विथ आर सिम्पल प्रेझेंट टेन्स टू से दॅट ओके ॲक्शन इज हॅपनिंग अगेन अँड अगेन, बट 75% to 80% ऑफ टाइम. ठीक आहे. नॉट एव्हरी टाइम, 100% ऑफ टाइम नाही. 100% ऑफ टाइम जर मी बोलला तर मी ऑलवेज म्हणेन. मग क्लिअर?
Yes.
अजून काही क्वेश्चन? No? Okay then, we'll stop over here and then we will continue tomorrow. Yeah? क्लास थोडा लवकर कन्फर्म करत जा त्याच्यात. ठीक आहे. हां, लेट नका करू. ओके देन, चलो गाइस, बाय बाय, हैव अ ग्रेट डे अहेड. बाय बाय, टेक केयर.